So, did you ever have one of those projects where you weren't planning on doing anything until spring with it? Like, I'm not going to drive it till spring anyway, so why bother with it now? Well, now it's spring, and my power steering pump never worked right. So, this is a GM LS6 out of a Cadillac CTSV. And we're going to take this power steering pump off and rebuild it. You can't get a remanufactured power steering pump for this. I don't know why, but apparently nobody makes it. But I'm going to show you basically how to get the belt off, which all I got to do is take and put I think it's this one. Well, I'll try to learn you some stuff with it. Well, first things first, take the intake off, which steps out of the way like that. And then, if I remember, yeah, this is the idler pulley, so we just gotta get a wrench on that there, pull that down, slip that off, then we're gonna unhook it from our power steering pump. Alright, let's go. Alright, 15mm. And this should work for pretty much any GM engine. Alright, just pull it like that. And dang it. Alright, maybe we need to get a socket. That might work a little better. Alright, this time with a deep well socket and a ratchet. You push it over, there you go, slip the bolt off, and kaboom! And now, you should be free to take the belt off of the power steering pump, just like that. You don't take the belt clean off, but at least that far, know what I mean? Alright, for the next part, what you're going to need is, like this one's, I got this one a long time ago. It's actually one of them Lona tools that you pay for, and then when you return, you get all your money back. And you'll have to excuse my makeshift bench. But my workbench is kind of far away, and everything just fell out. So what you're going to do is basically you're going to put this puller together and put this on it, and this clamps the puller, and then you put doodad in there. Actually, let me look and see. Let me refilm this. Alright, so now that I put my head back together, what you're going to do is, I'm showing you this outside of the car. First off, you're going to take and thread this nut onto this here shaft, this puller shaft. And then you're going to take and put this little nubbin inside a said shaft. That keeps it from damaging any of the threads. This thing's threaded on the inside, and you need those threads to reinstall it. So you put that in, that protects your threads, and this actually goes against the shaft on the power steering pump. And then you want this threaded down just about as far as it can go. Okay, then you're going to come under it, like your power steering pump's over there with the pulley, and you're going to capture the lip of the power steering pump in like this half. So it's going to go here, you're going to put this on, and you're going to stick this down on top of it with this in the nubbin. And then you're going to take this half, put it over top, and then you're going to take this, and it'll probably slide on from the other side, but I only got so many fingers, and that keeps it from spreading. You see that? And as you crank this guy in, You hold this one still and crank on this one. It's going to pull that pulley off. And they actually have a pretty good diagram. And here I'll show you, because it's how I had to figure out what I was doing. Here it is. Putting the nubbin in, screwing the nut on, putting it up against the pulley, and you're putting the bottom half on, then the top half, and then you slide that collar over, and then you hold one end like this and then crank on the other and you pop it off. Now after that, the rest of this is all putting it back on, which we'll go over in a bit. But you got on these GM LS based engines, you have to pull the pulley off in order to get at all the bolts to actually unbolt the power steering pump. And then we'll take the hoses off shortly thereafter. That shouldn't take but a minute. Okay, here we go. it went. Ta-da! Alright, now I can get at the mounting bolts. Oh, which one there, one down here. Now I gotta disconnect the hose here and the high pressure here, and we should be good to go. Alright, I got the hose off there, I got the pressure line off the bottom. It was 11/16 by the way, it wasn't metric. I didn't film any of it because, well, it wouldn't be rated for kids. But now I gotta take, I believe it's 3. Let's see if I can show you them. There's 1, 2, and there's 1 on the bottom, and this whole unit should come right off. Alright, so I went to rockauto.com to get my power steering pump rebuild kit, and we're gonna take a look at it. Like I said, I couldn't buy the pump, couldn't get a rebuilt pump, could not get it, not do it. And let's see what we got in here. Off the junk. Seals, O-rings, and hose clamps. Yeah, that's not what I need. Yep, totally not what I need. Wow. That's gonna make for an early night. Okay, let's say we take this stupid thing. Well, let's not take it apart. Alright, let's go back in and go to the drawing board. Because, yeah, not getting anything done this way. Okay. Bye-bye. Well, I got good news and I got bad news. The bad news is I can't get a rebuild kit in time for car show season for this thing. The good news is there's nothing to prevent me from disassembling this one, because I'm going to get I did find one on Amazon. I was kind of hoping to do this, but there's nothing left to break on this. So even if I use the wrong socket on the bolt head and then can't get it off, stupid. So my point is this: don't ever think that it's just you that screwed up, because this just proves I can screw up pretty royally too. But I'm gonna order a whole new pump. That's just all there is to it. That's all I can do. Comes without the reservoir, so I'll repaint that. But let's, oh, I guess I can take that sucker off too on both sides. That's kind of odd. I got a bolt here, a bolt there. Hold that whatcha-higgy on. We'll see how complicated it would have been to rebuild it. that. Some sort of ringy dingy on there. Uh-oh. There's your pump vanes. Missing one. There's one. Yeah, so basically this gives you a good representation of how the sucker works. Ooh, I can't get this to turn. Oh, that's because that turns. Does it? Boy, I tell you what. There we go. Might have needed a new pump anyway. That thing doesn't turn so good. There it goes. It mounts on the car, something like this. And then as it goes around, you can see those blades. They'd fall out, and what they're doing is basically scooping the oil, and they're forcing it into one side or the other. So it's scooping it here, it forces it out. Oh, it's coming in here, scooping it up, pressurizing it, and then must go down. But to seal it again, looks like it's that seal. There's a little seal in there. And then there's this. This looks like some sort of a hard seal. Your outer, it's just toast. And then there's another seal. There's another seal right there. And of course you got this seal. This right here is a seal that the pulley spins on. But well, I tell you what, this actually kind of makes me mad that we can't rebuild this right now, because it's not very hard to get apart at all. Matter of fact, there it is. That's it in pieces. Yep. So if you were to want to rebuild this, I'd knock this seal out. Matter of fact, I might rebuild this and see if I can resell it. I don't know. Knock this seal out right here. And then you would probably watch this video one more time just to make sure you knew what you were doing. Then you take this here O-ring, which you can see it's pretty flat on one side, which have to be your pump side, and then it goes right in the center there. Then you take this seal, which again, it's pretty flat on one side. No wonder this thing leaked. I mean, this is not a good thing. And then you'd slide it. Might have to give it a love tap or three. Pull your veins out. Sorry, I was concentrating there. I don't know if I showed it very well, but I just tap that back in, And you take this guy, put him in there, like such. Put all our vanes back in. Seems I have misplaced one. Couldn't have put two in one spot, could I? Alright. Well, anyways, you wouldn't have lost a vein like I did. But like I said, I'm not going to waste too much time on it because we're not going to lose this. And then this pin must line up Does it fit in that hole? Yes, it does, but that sucker doesn't fit there. Hold on. Right there. Alright. Lines up with that notch there, I betcha. And voila! There you go. One rebuilt pump. All I do is run those tight, torque them to spec, and be done. Oh, and put this little whatcha-higgy back on. Well, sometimes things just ain't meant to be, and today's one of them days. I'm going to move on to some other stuff while I wait for Amazon to deliver my new pump. Okay. Bye-bye.